Alright, today I thought I'd show a little bit of my
いらっし
progress
ゃいませ。
with
一
my Void Monk,
ついらっしゃりやがりますね。
and then I'll do a little bit of farming to try to get him the last couple of his evolution materials. This is just going to be a chill video today. I actually have an FGC meetup in the afternoon, so I don't really feel like doing a long detailed video at this time, but I'll show you my progress so far. So I got the Elemental Tuner bottom, the feet, the hands, the armor, and I just need the top and 2 of the Dirty Cleaner pieces evolved. Right now I got a Dirty Cleaner ring, a second fragment which I'm trying to sell. When I get that, I'll get this one because that'll just give him 20% extra damage in general. Now, the thing you have to realize about the Elemental Tuner set is you only want one of the bottom upgrade, because what that does is it creates a homing orb of whatever that corresponding element is, and since you obviously only want to focus on one element, you need to be very careful. So with him, obviously he's a darkness-oriented character, so I chose the one on the gloves that gives him the homing dark orb when he attacks. And then when you consume that orb, it increases the element bonus by 90 now. I like playing Pac-Man, but I don't like playing Pac-Man in a video game. I didn't really like the Elemental Tuner set initially because I just didn't like how boring it was to have to collect the orbs. So let's go do a quick field test. Now the raid, for what it's worth, is actually very buggy right now. It's kind of frustrating how buggy it is. It's very easy to soft lock. Their performance is terrible. I hope that they will desperately make this game run multi-threaded. Use more than one CPU. My goodness, this game needs it. Generally not big on team-based aspects of games to begin with, but here, it's like the raid itself is actually pretty straightforward, but the performance is just so terrible you can't really enjoy it. It reminds me a lot of Closers. Closers had the exact same problem. I'm still playing that game. Like, the game would run fine by yourself, but then when you would play in a party, the performance would just go down to like 10 FPS. That's exactly what the problem is here. I understand they designed these games for like Korean cyber cafes and stuff, which are supposed to be like pretty low end. But I think that when they localized this, they should have put a little bit more effort into it. Anyway, you can see the homing orbs there. Actually, I'm noticing it increasing my combat power. Oh, I'm definitely doing more damage, but still a ways to go. I did get paid today, so maybe I'll cash to finish his gear. But for now, for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to farm the supplemental dungeon a little bit on my Steam Walker. That place is, it's definitely worth the money if you don't have the currency to enter it. It's actually worth spending some money on it because I've already made like, has to be like triple what I paid for the admission orbs. There's also another way you can get more orbs as well without paying. And I'm talking about gold, not real money. You can't really cash for these orbs. So if you go into your materials section, you'll have all the materials here. So what I recommend doing is looking at the price of them. A lot of them have plummeted because people realize they aren't useful, or they just aren't useful at this time. So if you don't want to sell one of these for like 100k or something, you can actually get far more value for your money. Like this one is only worth 190k. These are worth 119. It's very unlikely that people will actually buy these. So what you can do, like say this one, the Crystal of Flame, no one really wants this. So what you do is you click on it and it gives you 30 of the amplification orbs. That's equal to 1 run. So if you get a bunch of trash drops like this, it's definitely recommended to just recycle them like this and just give yourself more runs. Spiritual amplification orbs actually don't go for that much money, so you can probably easily just do this all day if you wanted. The reason why that map is so good is because it drops pretty much everything from the challenge missions. I don't know if the Daybreak weapons drop, but everything else does, and you can easily make your money. Like, for instance, I'm getting rid of all the spiritual liberation stuff right now because I'm not really going to be using my Doomblade for a while. I'm focusing on my 2 martial artists for now. You can basically just sell that and get some guaranteed good money. Even more if you get Elemental Tuner. That's obviously the one that's in high demand right now. And then the Dirty Cleaner set evolution materials go for a lot too. So I'm going to go ahead and recycle all these. So I've got about 20 runs saved up right now, and I just got like an extra 5 or 6 just from doing this. Oh, something sold. Alright, I think I can actually grab that that necklace piece right now. Unfortunately, it's a real pain to search for these because the auction house is like bugged right now. So, like I said in my earlier video, you just go to the descending price and just try to find it through here. So I'm looking for the Cleaner's Green Fragment Necklace. Try to find the cheapest one. Looks like this is it right here. So I'll grab that. Make sure it's the right one. Yeah, bingo. Like I said, the Dirty Cleaner and the Elemental Tuner ones are the ones that are in the highest demand. So if you've got all your alts and your main all decked out with it, I definitely recommend selling them if you can. So now the problem is I'm going to have to raise a little bit of extra money to actually put that on my Void Monk. So let's toss it in here for now. I had the option of going to Walgreens to get a card to cash today, but it's Black Friday, and the drivers here are crazy no matter what day it is. I really feel like I'm getting run over going across the street to Walgreens to get $20 in cash for this game. But tomorrow I'll be in a more accessible area at my local FGC meetup, so maybe I'll do that. So definitely pop an experience potion here, because you're basically getting 2 rolls, 2 high chance rolls at good gear pretty much every time you do this, and it only takes like about a minute for load times and everything. Load times, cutscenes, and whatnot. I can clear it in about a minute. Unfortunately, not all evolution materials are created equally. A lot of them won't really be worth that much money. But like I said, you can just recycle them to get more runs. I think I still need to do the top and the weapon and the Elemental Tuner set for my Void Monk. So ideally one of those would drop, or one of the other ones that I can just trade and sell it. think this dungeon has done a lot of good for the game. Because the drop rate here, at least for anything at all, is actually pretty nice. Take off my power cord. I'm on welfare in this game right now. Oh wow! Cleaner's green fragment earrings. Well, there you go. His full set's done. Just gotta farm up some money to actually put that on him. I have no idea what I'm doing with the Doom Blade, so I don't know if I'm really going to focus on him at this time. A lot of people are saying he's not too hot in the endgame currently. Also, everybody had like hundreds of runs of this saved up just from grinding the other dungeons before this actually got added. So economically, this dungeon has been great. The reason I wanted to focus on the Void Monk is obviously, you know, I like playing martial artists in every game, but like the Void Monk actually has the Second Awakening, and the Steamwalker does not, even on the Korean server. So it would be nice to have a character I'll actually be able to experience all that with. They seem to be updating the game at a pretty brisk pace, so I assume we'll get it soon. Now, you can do this in a party to increase the drop rate, but, I mean, from my experience, I have a good enough drop rate just playing by myself and using the premium drop rate potion. I mean, like most non-raid stuff in this game, the only real benefit to the party is the higher drop rate. But I think this is something that most people are just soloing because it takes, like, less than a minute. I mean, I got the majority of my set for both of my characters, both my evolution materials, just from doing this. I did like maybe 10 runs in a party, and the rest have all been solo. The raid is actually fun and relatively straightforward. It's not too full of dumb gimmicks and stuff, but it's mostly just the instability of it with the bugs, how easy it is to soft lock, and how terrible the frame rate is what really brings it down. I know they probably revived this game on like a shoestring budget, but they definitely should have looked into making the game utilize more than one CPU core. That's a pretty major complaint a lot of people have with this game, is how hard it is to run. Like, I can run games far more intensive than this at like 1440p max settings. Like DMC5 and stuff like that. And this game just brings my computer to its knees, like when I have more than one person in the party. I don't know much about the Korean version. I don't know if they ever actually updated it to support multi-threading, but since this is basically just the Korean client with Google Translate English on it, I would assume that they did. So this mini-boss is not being too kind right now, not really dropping anything. Kind of just trying to get some cash right now to actually put all this stuff on my equipment. And the next thing to do will probably be to get him a plus 13. But I've already got the full Dirty Cleaner set evolution fragments for him, so I think that's a pretty damn good progress for today. I actually did some min-maxing on my Steamwalker, which I'll show you at the end of this video. got rid of most of the bad rolls on his gear. Like I said, working with limited resources here, so I couldn't get everything done, but I think he jumped up like maybe 30,000 or 40,000 CR just from fixing all the bad rolls. Yep, see, that's a trash one, so that's one that's just going to turn into another run. I don't know much about if any of these evolution materials actually get buffed later on. But honestly, the drop rate is so high, if that did happen, you could easily just get another one. Coming from 2 weeks of grinding the challenge dungeons and not getting anything worth a damn, I actually like how to balance out actually having to pay an admission currency getting here with actual decent drop rates. They actually have full, almost full Twisted Heat set for Steamwalker. I hear that's like one of the second best one to use besides Spirit Whip. But obviously I just got finished evolving all this stuff today. That's not something I'll do later on. Maybe I will test it for science. Once I'm a little bit more financially stable in this game. Right now I'm not. My in-game bank account has wildly fluctuated the past few days. Trying to get all this done. Oh, I also got a pet evolved as well. So let me see how many more runs I have. I'll just knock these all out in the video or what? This mini boss is, as soon as I started recording, she just stopped dropping anything. I was been watching a bunch of streams and speedruns today, doing this on my second monitor. That's definitely my preferred way to play this game. But, both of these bosses were dropping a lot of stuff. Now, not so much. That's a cold-hearted top evolution fragment, which is basically junk. It's like recycled here. Not being kind right now. It's giving me some of the worst stuff you can get. Guardian of Time Space might actually be worth something. I'm not sure. I don't know what the evolution effect is on, or the fix is on the Daybreak Pluto. I need to check. Because right now, Premium is going for a lot of money right now. I think it's going for like 15 to 16 million. So I could easily just drop a 20 on this game and get pretty close to having one. But I need to see what the evolution effect is first. Alright, I've got about 12 more runs left, so I'm just gonna run through them all in the video. Kind of feel bad for taking the day off. I know I work every day, but give you guys some content since I won't be available to stream or really answer questions for most of tomorrow. Especially since it's only going to take like another 6 to 10 minutes to do this. I wish you didn't have to sit through this cutscene of the other boss leaving. That would make this go a lot faster. It's giving me the cream of the crop right now, all these drops. It gave me one good one, and now it's just giving me the stuff that it's not even worth putting up on the auction house. You know, gearing in this game is pretty simple. You can generally just copy someone else's build and do just fine, but I think from a diversity standpoint, the game is a bit lacking. There's really only a couple viable options. And the myth stuff is basically never going to drop, so you just kind of had to go into it assuming that you will never get that gear. And to think about the player base as well, like how many people can actually run the raid. How many people can run the raid, how many people are willing to sell, how many people are going to run it consistently. I would like to do it more consistently, but I don't have a designated party to do it with. And like I said, I'm not a fan of the terrible frame rate and the optimization. I don't really like playing team-based stuff to begin with. Here, it's simple enough that I can deal with it, but the optimization problems definitely hold it back. I don't know how spaghetti code this engine is. I'm pretty sure it's a proprietary engine. You know, like, updating anything on DFO at all is like a massive undertaking because it's like 15-year-old spaghetti code from like 2004. This game is a lot more recent and younger than DFO, but it seems like it has the exact same technical problems. I remember DFO back in the day was very prone to memory leaking. If you had it on for more than a few hours, it would just start just like being a vampire with your memory. So that boss I just killed, that one can actually drop evolution materials as well, so you're basically getting 2 chances every time you do this. Which is what sets it apart from the challenge mission. It's basically the only thing that can actually drop something worthwhile on the boss. Oh, magical music box glove, so I can actually sell that. Alright, got about 10 more runs. Let's see what else I can get here. I feel like the whole game could actually use drop rates like this. I know that they're like they're amplified here because you're actually paying an entrance item in currency to get in, but I think if the drop rate was like this, then the whole repetitive nature of playing most of the endgame levels being just like a minute long would be a lot more interesting because it would have that whole carrot on a stick mentality. That's what makes this so fun to grind. It's very easy to make your money back. Like I spent about 2 million on the orbs today, and I paid probably like quadruple. But when you run like the missions to get the day breaks like thousands of times and nothing drops, that's what makes people not want to play. I feel like they should do some kind of event to like double or even triple the drop rate on them. A lot of people still want them. I definitely tried my hardest to get one, but I eventually just gave up. It's far more likely that I'll just get some random lucky drop from a loot box or, I don't know, something else, or just caching to buy one. which is an aspect I like of this game. You're not completely locked out of getting something due to the nature of the RNG. You know, if you want to put the work in or swipe your credit card, either way, you actually can get what you want. I'm very used to Korean MMOs being the latter, where you can't get anything. Like everything worthwhile is trade locked, and you can't actually use it. You can't just give it to somebody. Which I think is part of what makes a lot of these games so elitist as well. Like, people think they're, like, high and mighty because the game actually decided to cooperate with them and drop something that has, like, a .001 drop rate. At least in this game, you can just buy what you need. And there's a number of ways to do that without cashing too, like playing the market. Obviously, you need a lot of capital, a lot of initial money to do that, but that's also an option as well. Someone on the Steam forums who made a guide about, I don't remember what the guide was about, but he basically said that he played the market and made like millions and millions. A lot of people, myself included, undercut things very frequently on this game just to get rid of it. In fact, I'm about to do that when I'm done with these runs. I'm going to get rid of that elemental tuner fragment. Hey, Spiritual Liberation Gauntlet. Awesome. Wow, I guess I'm going to try for plus 15 after this. That's cool. Like I said, I feel like if the challenge dungeons drop things this often, they would be a lot more fun to run. It says a lot that the most exciting thing you can get from consistently in the challenge dungeons is just a double gold drop. They give you a guaranteed like 112k. I don't really think it should be that way. Oh crap, I'm running out of space. I'm gonna have to start recycling some of these. So that means I'm not gonna run through all these today, because I got a lot of trash drops in here. Alright, some of these may actually be worth something. And I've got 2 spaces free, so let's do a couple more. I'm going to sell that elemental tuner fragment I don't need, and try to get a plus 15. Maybe I'll get some streamer luck. But I'm actually just trying to get enhancement points. I had 2,000 enhancement points for my plus 14 a couple days ago, and I ended up failing. So enhancement points do not guarantee a success; they just greatly increase it, increase the chances. Square bracket gauntlet. Cool. Like I said, if you spend like $1 million on like, I don't know how many orbs you can get. If you spend like $1 million on this today, I guarantee you make your money back. You pretty much only need one good drop, be it a weapon or a fragment that's in high demand to make your money back. This has definitely been like the most fruitful grinding I've done on this game so far. I think some people may be scared off by having to actually pay to do it instead of just doing it for free, but the drop rates are actually worthwhile. You'll actually see something drop without having to run it like 1,000 times. As you can see, just in like this 30-40 minute video, I've already more than made my money back. And I actually got one of the fragments I was looking for. It's the best of both worlds. A couple things to sell too. How many enhancement stones do I have? Oh, I've got enough to try once. Actually, I've got 7 minutes left on my potion, so that's a good stopping point. I'll probably still have a couple runs left. Oh wow, I missed. I'm still dead anyway. Got DP'd. I don't think any of those are actually worth anything. Fairly certain they are not. Alright, let's trash this. Alright, 5 more minutes of grind and then I'll make some RNG attempts here. Somehow survived all those punches and kicks that cover to have like Muso tier hitboxes. Sometimes I get amazed at how they manage to survive that sometimes. I think this character is definitely the one for people who like Muso games because he basically has like Muso game tier hitboxes. Like look at the hitbox on that. It covers like almost the whole room, and it puts them directly in front of you. Looks like something sold on the auction house as well. Lots of exciting things going on in this video. Another reason why I'm not really focusing on the Doomblade right now is I don't know what set is good on him. I'll have to do some research and see exactly what's good for him. I know there's a number of ways you can build him. You can build him like melee, which is probably, if you're a subscriber to this channel, you know that's what I play in like every game. Or you can go ranged. I don't really think he can be a hybrid that well. So I figured I'll just worry about getting his stuff when I figure that out. But a lot of people are saying he's pretty weak end game anyway. The raid actually isn't too frustrating to run. It's just it's the instability of it, the bugginess, and the frame rate is what makes me not want to focus too much on it. At least until they patch the soft locks. Like I can put up with the terrible frame rate, but the soft locks are really frustrating. I had that happen to me earlier today before I did this video. It made me right there not really want to focus on this too much on the raids. Square bracket sword, huh? That's probably not worth anything. Alright, probably got about 2 more runs. Actually, 44 seconds. I get this last one in. It's pretty repetitive to watch anyway, so it's for the better. This dude's still alive somehow. I'm not going to be able to clear this in time. Crystal lightning. Trash drop. Come on. Come on, other boss. Please go away faster. Just barely. 2 seconds left. And I am rewarded for my troubles. Wow, got a helmet. And I have, like, no room to pick it up. Trash these. Alright, so, let's go back to town. I don't remember if I had the helmet done on him or not. That might actually be another cool 2 million right there. Check what's sold. I'm in the money now. Okay, so let me, before I start doing all the RNG stuff, let me check, see exactly what it is he needs. I don't remember if his helmet is evolved yet or not. Yeah, the helmet's evolved. I just need the top. Just the top and the weapon. And I have the 2 fragments for the rings. Or the dirty cleaner set. Okay, so I can get rid of this helmet, evolution fragment. Alright. Oh, I have a gloves piece too. That's another couple million. Alright, so let's get him the weapon. Actually, I'm not sure what the weapon does. Maybe I'll hold off on that. Because I need to pay to actually put all this stuff on him.
できればそのままお持ち
That's
の
gonna
方
put
が
me
よろし
pretty,
いかと。
pretty much in the negative again. So this character is also out of transactions for today. Okay, so I want to keep this.
うちもボランティアじゃないんですけどね。
Okay, let's give him 3.5 million.
しょっちゅういらっしゃりやがりますね。お預かりしたお荷物、き
should be enough to
ち
get
んと
everything
管理い
done.
たしますわ。多分。
Once I sell the rest of this stuff, I should just be able to complete his upgrading outright. Oh crap, I forgot about the violet
で
crystals.
きればそのままお持ちの方がよろしいかと。
Those aren't too expensive though.
いらっしゃいませ。しょっちゅういらっしゃりやがりますね。お預かりしたお荷物、きちんと管理いたしますわ。多分。
These take 1.5 million each instead of 1. Alright, so let's put all this trash up. Oh wow, the technique on this is maxed. Holy crap, that might actually be worth a lot. There are none up on the auction house that go for that much. But there's a couple here that are a little bit cheaper. A lot of people don't pay attention to how much prime element things have. Alright, there's one here for 2 million, so I'm just going to sell this for 2. Not a very high demand item. Just want the cash at this point. Okay, so once all this junk sells, I should be able to just finish the rest of his gear. Pretty much I will just be missing the knuckles at this point. Alright, that's worth nothing, that's worth nothing. Here's some big money. Okay, so now I need to buy the violet lapis. I believe I need 6 of them. Alright, sorry for the character musical chairs here, but I will have to switch 2 more times before this video is over. So I don't have enough cash on this dude to actually finish the evolution. Not sure how much the weapon fragment goes for. I'll probably just grab that in the morning before I go. Yeah, it goes for 4 million, so I can't do that right now. I'd put all that stuff up for like the most lowball price possible, so I imagine when I wake up in the morning it'll be fine.
しょっちゅういらっしゃりやがりますね。お預かりしたお荷物きちんと管理いたしますわ。多分。できればそのままお持ちの方がよろしいかと。お預かりしたお荷物きちんと管理いたします。
Alright, there we go. Only thing he's missing is the weapon, and like I said, that will be resolved shortly. Try to get him a plus 13 when I have a little bit more resources. Maybe when my Patreon comes in, I'll look into doing that. I think some people would like some guides for him as well, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this. I do enjoy playing him as well, but yeah, he's just got 2 more pieces to go. So let's go ahead and I guess I'll keep this money on him. And I'll make an attempt at a plus 15, which is inevitably going to fail, as it seems like you need the luck of the gods to enhance anything at that point without enhancement points. So I'm not going to bother buying a rune, because it's better to stack runes when you actually have the enhancement points to cover it. Alright, here we go. Let's see what happens. Nope. So while it is cheaper to use an identical weapon in some cases, not so much right now because of the Black Friday sale. Everybody's spamming the loot boxes and stuff. You only get 20 enhancement points for it. So the fuses are actually better to use in most situations, because each fail you're getting about, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 20% towards having an enhancement point chance at upgrading. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. That was actually a pretty damn fruitful day. I got pretty much all his gear done. I've got a bunch of other trash drops in here I can get rid of. I guess at this point I'll probably just use it to farm money, or I'll do some research and try to figure out what to do with the Doomblade next. If you guys want to help me with any materials and stuff, my username is in the description, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to be at an FGC meetup pretty much all day, so I probably won't be around until maybe in the morning before I go, or maybe after I get back, depending on how tired I am. So tomorrow's video may be a little bit low effort as well. Thanks for watching.